started with science. We've been talking about the different types of soil. We talked about sand. Excuse me. We talked about clay. We talked about silt. And we've also talked about loam, which is a mixture of all of those types of soil. Today we're going to talk about where does soil come from? How do we get soil? So before we begin, let's get Philip to read our learning objective, please, sir.
Students will be able to apply knowledge of the weathering process in order to explain how soil is created from weathering rock.
Okay, good job. So I want you to be able to apply what you learned about the weathering process today in order to explain how soil is created. We want to know where this soil we've been studying comes from. So, first let's talk about weathering. I pulled the vocabulary card. Here it is. Weathering. Let's talk about one of the words in your learning objective. Weathering is the breaking down of rocks into smaller pieces. Breaking down the rocks into smaller pieces. In this picture, you'll see weathering has formed a hole in this sandstone in order to form an arch. So today in our lab, we're going to find out how do rocks break into smaller pieces. So we're going to rotate from the weathering lab, and then the rest of you all will continue your studies in soil. And also in the mineral lab as well. You need to have your graphic organizer, your trifold paper. They have your sample A, B, and C from the previous lesson. You have that. And what you're going to do is I'm going to go over each one of the labs so you'll know what to do. For those people who have not gone to those labs. In the weathering lab, let's talk about that first. Because everybody's going to get a chance to go there. We have different types of rocks or minerals. It asked us to use limestone, but I couldn't find limestone. I searched high and low. So I got us some marble. And you know, marble is made from limestone, if I'm not mistaken. And I also have talc, which is a mineral. And we're going to use hydrogen peroxide to show chemical weathering. And we're going to use some regular water as well. So when you get here, you're going to take your rock, a couple of pieces of rock, and you're going to put it in the container. We're going to add water to one, and we're going to add peroxide to the other. And then from there, I'll tell you once you get over what to do. You're going to shake it and see what, and observe what happens. Any questions about that when we get over here? All right? The mineral identification lab. Some of you have already gone over here. Don't forget to wear your safety goggles. Why do you need to wear these? Raise your hand if you know. Charles, why do we need to wear safety glasses?
You have to wear safety glasses to protect your eyes and to protect something in your eyes.
Exactly. You want to make sure that your eyes are protected at all times when you're being a scientist. You have your magnifying glass, and you also have your lab paper. It should be numbered 1 through, what is it, 1 through 7. This is your first test, the color test, streak, hardness, your cleavage test, health, and luster test. So it tells you what to do, right? All right, so you go through each of those steps for each of these unknown minerals that are up here. Got it?
Yes.
Then you're going to come over here. When it's time for you to rotate here, we have 3 jars with different types of soil. And when you take soil and put water in it, you shake it up overnight, it forms layers. I want you to look at this and see what do you notice about the layers of soil in each jar. And at the end, I want you to tell me what soil is in jar A, B, and C. Any questions?
No.
Okay. The next lab. This is the most fun lab, as you guys told me. This is your making your observations with your microscope. I've already have it in focus for you, but I think this one you may have to change the setting on the focusing. Adjust it. Thank you. That's the word I need. Yes. Give him a point for that. You have to adjust the focusing so you can see the grains better. You're going to use these homemade microscope slides. And you're going to find out what he knows about the color and the size of the different grains of soil. One is clay, one is loam, and one is sand. But it's up to you to find out which one it is. Got it? All right, let me plug this up because this one is plugged. All right. Let me get 2 chairs there, Charles. Thank you. All right. So we're going to start in the weathering lab. Let me get my weathering lab people who I said were going first. Go ahead and make your way over there. To dance over. I didn't tell who. Oh, who go to the middle lab?
You said
Go. Some more layers.
You said me.
Go. Where's your paperwork, baby? All right, in the meanwhile, the rest of you are going to work on your rock cycle papers. So take those out until it's your turn to rotate. The timer will go off and you will rotate. Who goes to the microscope? I did. You need your paper and your pencil. Sedaria, you're not listening, honey. You need your paper and your pencil. Oh, it's already over. I apologize. Take out your rock cycle papers. Turn to the page that shows the rock cycle. Glue your rock first. And that way then you can process after that. So go ahead and do that. Any questions before we start? I need to put out the glue. The people. Get what you need. That's why I have them out.
Yeah,
The directions are over there.
Let's say, do you know the layer of soil?
Grab about 3 or 4 pieces of and only one. You want to put the marble chips in only one container. Look at your hand. What do you notice when you're doing it?
It's just came out.
What do you think that does come from?
The rock when you scratch it on your nail is that.
Did you scratch it on your nail?
It's the leftover pieces.
It's leftover pieces. Where do you think the leftover pieces come from? Think about that. But they can, I poured them out here. Think about that as we move through our lab. All right, so now we're going to take a little bit of water. Yep. And then you take some talc or chalk, one piece. Come on now. Okay, now put the top on. Alright, now you pour the peroxide in there with the towel. What you gonna do? Just cover it enough to cover it up. Okay. Yeah, just to cover it. Be careful. So what? Put the top on there and you shake. Put the top on there good. Alright? Pour this on and cover up your shake. There's water. There's a source of water. Put the top on it. Put the top on it. Right. The water's getting cloudy. Okay. You don't even have to shake it. I just want you to look at it first. What's happening?
It's water kind of white and it's chilly.
Evaporating.
It's coming out.
Evaporating.
What's happening to the size of the?
It gets
It's
smaller.
smaller, tiny pieces.
It's a smaller piece.
I see it coming out.
What? You shake yours up? Go ahead, shake yours up.
They're leaving.
All right, now look at it. See what's happening.
It's going down.
It's breaking down, right?
Yeah, on his it show little tiny mineral pieces. This one don't.
But how do you know something's probably in it if you don't see the mineral, the tiny pieces?
Because the water turned cloudy.
The water turned cloudy. So that lets you know that there are very tiny pieces in there, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at this again.
And I can see the tiny pieces.
And look on the bottom. If you look on the bottom.
Well, you can see all the little tiny
You can see little tiny pieces.
And you can look into it.
Yeah, on them, you